So today was a quiet day at the office. Just me and Lynn. I hadn't seen her in a month, not since before the Chinese New Year holiday. With just the two of us there, she suggested going out for lunch, and I was like, sure, it's been a while. We need to catch up. A few of our closer coworkers know that Lynn has been with her boyfriend for 4 years. But here's the thing. There's been zero progress in their relationship. I remember her mentioning before that her mom isn't a fan of her boyfriend, but I never thought it was serious enough to actually affect their future. Lynn wasn't originally planning to go back to her hometown this Chinese New Year, but when her grandma fell seriously ill, she had no choice but to make the trip. And of course, going back home meant facing the inevitable, more fights with her mom about her boyfriend. Lynn has a strong personality, straightforward, no nonsense, and, honestly, a bit fiery. She gets mad fast but cools down just as quickly. Her boyfriend, on the other hand, is the total opposite. Super chill, slow to anger, really easygoing. I've met him a few times, and to me, they balance each other out perfectly. So I was really curious, what exactly is Lynn's mom's issue with him? During lunch, Lynn shared what went down over the holiday. Her boyfriend, being the nice guy he is, brought a bunch of gifts and went to visit her family. Now, keep in mind, they've known each other since high school, so their families have been aware of each other for over 30 years. But get this, it was the first time in 4 years that he was allowed inside Lynn's house. And not because her mom finally accepted him. Nope. It was actually her dad who stepped in, trying to be polite and let him in. And her boyfriend? He straight up asked her mom, "What can I do to gain your blessing to marry Lynn?" You'd think this would be a moment for honesty, right? A chance for some clear direction? Instead, Lynn's mom gave him the most vague, indirect response. "You're not my child, so I won't tell someone else's child what to do." Like, what? So I asked Lynn directly, why doesn't her mom like him? And finally, I got the real answer. Her mom prefers a more traditional manly man, like most of the men from northern China. To her, Lynn's boyfriend is too soft, too gentle, not man enough. And to top it off, he isn't tall or attractive enough in her eyes. When I heard this, I couldn't help but feel frustrated. It's not even Lynn who has these biases. It's her mom projecting her own outdated ideals onto her daughter's relationship. Honestly, I would love to confront her mom and ask, shouldn't it matter more that he treats Lynn well, makes her happy, and respects her? Hearing this, I couldn't help but feel frustrated for Lynn and her boyfriend. It's crazy how, even today, so many parents still hold this much power over their kids' personal lives. And it's not just about Lynn. It's a struggle that so many people face, being torn between their own happiness and their parents' expectations. It really makes you wonder, how much of our own dreams and choices do we compromise just to gain their approval? Lynn's story isn't just about her relationship. It's about something bigger. It's about how, even as adults, we still find ourselves battling for autonomy, struggling to make our own choices without guilt or resistance from family. At what point do we start living for ourselves instead of constantly seeking approval? It's not an easy answer, and everyone's situation is different. But one thing's for sure, love should be about the two people in it, not just about keeping everyone else happy. And maybe, just maybe, it's time for parents to start trusting their kids to choose what's best for themselves. If you've ever been in a similar situation, feeling torn between your own happiness and your parents' expectations, I'd love to hear your thoughts. How did you handle it? Drop a comment and let's start a conversation.